What's up, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, me logged, and another video. Well guys, today I'm really excited to talk about this topic because I'm really sure that on this topic you all are going to get a lot of insights. You all are going to understand how I'm really breaking this down by analysis and giving you all a very ground zero understanding of how really this all rents, in which people stress about, in which people really worry about, and in which people really break their heads about. Because to be honest, if you're earning a salary, you don't want half of your salary, or you don't want majority of your salary going into rents, because it's not really rents, it's rents, but then you have your water bills, you have your council tax, electricity, which really gets really heavy on the pocket, in which people like us, we bachelors. Now, well, ladies and gentlemen, when you all come to London, you all are coming to London for so many things, for education or for studies or employment like me. Then this is the right video. This is the video which you need to watch, in which you will get really a lot of information of how I'm going to really break it down and make it, I think, simpler. And end of this video, I'm sure you all guys are gonna understand what basically it is. And guys, if you all have not subscribed to the channel, please go and subscribe, hit the bell icon, subscribe. It will help me and motivate me to make an even better video. Now, first thing first, if you're going to come to London, I prefer, if you don't know anyone in London, the first thing is you're going to go to 3-4 websites which I'm going to mention, and these work out fantastically well. They really do your job. They really help you in whatever it is. So the first thing, my personal favorite, is Ideal Flatmate. Second one is your Spare Room. Third one is your Body. I'll just list it down if I've forgotten few, but I'll tell you why I'm telling you this. Now, out of these which I'm telling you, out of Spare Room, out of Ideal Flatmate, there are many, like Rightmove, you have Zooplas, you have you have lots and tons of that. But these ones which I mentioned, they're giving you more flexibility. So if you're staying and if you have no one in London, I would say 3 websites which works out fantastically. I'm telling you these 3 in specific, and trust me, there's no paid promotion or there's nothing of that sort. I'm telling you this because they give you flexibility. Say, for example, you want smokers in your room, or you don't want smokers, you want certain people, whether you want females, male, or you want to share the room with different habits of a different person. They give you tons of flexibility. I'll just show you in a bit. So the first thing what I will do is I will go to Ideal Flatmate, which would be the first option for me personally because of the flexibilities, which would be perfect if you don't have anyone over here. So let's say I have no job, I'm not doing anything, I'm coming in search of a job, education purpose, and I know my uni is around somewhere around London. So I will choose a location, maybe say Southall. Let's go for Southall, because of the Middlesex University, which is close by, Oxbridge. So I would say fine, yeah. So this is my budget. So say, for example, I will just drop down to somewhere around max to max, I would say £500 available from today. You can do all these options, number of rooms. The main thing is, I would say, is more filters in which you can really have your property preferences, your length of stay, your habits, as well as your Ideal Flatmate. If you really want to buddy up, that will be perfect for you to do. Another thing what I would suggest you is Spare Room. This is even better, which gives you even more flexibility. So say, for example, I would go for Southall because I stay in Southall right now at the moment. So I will just go here and I will put in my preferences, whether I want to buddy up, whether I want a room for rent, your length of stay, your rents. And I feel if you have a family, the best thing is take the whole 1 BHK on rent, which will, yes, your bills will include your council tax, your electricity bill and everything. But if you are a bachelor and you are sharing the room, your bills will be included, which is the best. But I prefer you just hit on this button, the bills included in the rent, which just makes it easier for you and for yourself, rather than just paying separate bills. Another thing what could define an important point is that your contracts and deposit. Your contracts and deposit is a very important thing, because say, for example, you are interested in a room which you want to go for. The main thing is you have to contact the owner right away. So you will contact him by email or by call, definitely, which is on the website, and then you will ask. Since London is a fast-paced place, you would always want to just check quickly whether the room is available or not. If yes, and if the price is right, go for it. But then there is always a deposit of 1 month for sure, minimum 1 month, in which you maybe the price of the room in which it is where you have to deposit in. The next thing is the contract, and depending on the contract it could be from 1 year to 1 month depending on you and the owner. So that is another thing. So make sure you just check everything based on your preferences, how long you are here, and just be a little smart while doing this. So depending on the location to location. Now for example, I stay in South Hall. Now in South Hall you find majority of the Indian community as well. So when you say Indian, it's Punjabis, it's Goans, where you can find in Hounslows, in Wembley. You can find all these places, and these places the rents are very close. They are between, you can get any room between 250 between 300, so 250 to 300 pounds. In this range you're going to get rooms in Wembley, South Hall, Hounslow. You're going to get, or Heathrow. It's going to vary. It's going to vary with different amenities. You could even get a fridge in your room. You could get a double bed, or you could get like for me in my room, I will say, for example, it's just one bed. There's a cupboard, bed, cupboard, common kitchen, and your toilet. So these are the facilities, nothing more or less. All bills are included. So based on that, this is how I stay. Now there's a small catch over here. When I say between 250 to 300 pounds, you're going to get rooms in all these 3 locations, because these locations are prime in order if you want to get jobs in Heathrow Airport, in which many Asians they work in Heathrow Airport, because there's tons of jobs over there from different sectors. So there's big opportunities, especially when you stay in these 3 areas, because they are very closely located to the airport. When I say 250 to 300 pounds, basically it's not really your whole room. If you're lucky, you can get a room for maybe 350 pounds, which is located somewhere in UB2 or UB3 if you're lucky enough. So if you're lucky enough, you can get a room even for 300 pounds, depending on whether your bills are included. These are the bills which really you got to think about, because you have the council tax bill, you have your water bill, you have your light, which really could be heavy on you. But if you're getting a deal within say 350 with all your bills included, and you're getting the whole room for yourself, and you have the amenities, I think that's one of those super uber deals which I think you should really consider if you have a vehicle and if you can really travel. But if you're looking for a party place, and if you really want to have fun, then Central London is the place where you have to go. You have tons of opportunities, clubs, parties, shopping. I think Central London is pretty crazy. It's famous, it's really good, especially I've been to Winter Wonderland and different places. I mean, it's really beautiful. So you would really want to consider going and having fun in Central London if you're really coming here for a short trip. But if you're coming here to work, if you're coming here to save, and if you're coming here to really just try to save your salary, then I think you should really consider these places. Because right now at the current moment, I live in South Hall. At least quarter of my salary really goes in rent, my food expenses and stuff. We'll come to maybe another video about the food expense, what I do, but at the moment let's focus on rents. So I pay somewhere around 250 to 300 for a room which I share with a roommate, and I stay with a Goan family. And the Goan family, there are perks when I'm a Goan, and if I stay with a Goan family, there are perks. And the perks are basically is say for example, I have pork, or I have chicken, or I have my seafood. I can do it. I can use my masala. I have no problem. Because if I was living in a British's house, an American, or any European house, I would have a problem. Maybe they could have a problem with the spices I use, or with the masala I use, which could be strong to the nostrils, and not everyone is really flexible with that, because the smell sometimes it really goes to your clothes, and that's not a good thing. It helps. Now before coming here to London, definitely I've told you those sites which really help you, but there's another thing which is something called as your word of mouth. Now before coming here to London, definitely my parents did know someone else. They have a house, and there was a room free, and so they did ask so and so is the case, and based on that, since there was a room free, I stay in a Goan family's house where I pay them the rent, and that is how it is. So basically I have a roommate staying with me. I stay over there. I get to use the toilet, the kitchen, and my room. These are the three things I get to use. We have no hall. It's just a room, kitchen and toilet. That's it. There's nothing really much or nothing really less. It's just simple. Behind we have a backyard in which there's a small garden and just an open place where I just go and stand for the sun when sometimes, otherwise just dry my clothes out. That's pretty much it, nothing more than that, because usually what happens is I work from Monday to Friday, so I leave at around 7 o'clock. I come home at around 7ish, so 12 hours I be out of the house. I come home, I cook and get myself ready for the next day. So basically it's just the weekends in which I go out. Otherwise I just use the room to sleep, or that's it, or just to chill weekends or watch Netflix. That's it, pretty much it. Yeah. So another thing is, it depends on what type of family or what type of culture you live with. So if, for example, you are a Polish, you live with a Polish, your landlord is a Polish, so if everyone's a Polish, fine, you can compromise on something and that's totally fine, you can really live in. But if you live with a Polish, you live with a Sri Lankan, you live with a Bangladeshi, Indian, American in the same house, you're gonna have problems, maybe in terms of cooking or the smell or this or that. So it really depends on the preferences. That's why if you don't know anyone in London, make sure you go to the sites, try your preferences, and any room within £350, the whole room with your bills included and Wi-Fi, you are good to go. You're good to go, hands down. Now there's another small trick and hack which many people use it, especially if you're in a locality like Southall or Wembley or Hounslow, and this could really help you in terms of not only your staying but also your job. I'll show you. If you're really confused, I'll show you about this. I will show you a small hack which is going to help you for different needs, different purposes, and trust me, it could help you depending on your preferences. It's a bit of cheaper option which many Asians use this. Whether you are a Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Indian, I think it helps many people, and you could give it a shot. There's no harm trying. This is another alternative method. There you go. So you're going to find like this type of shops. In these shops you're going to find stuff like this, like for example, room for rent, a lot of things. For example, double bedroom, So as you have seen, you're going to get some shops over here in Southall. You're going to get 3-4 locations, and mostly these advertisements are at these shops. So at these shops, what you're going to get? You're going to get all these advertisements. Usually they charge around £5 or £10, and you can go and advertise whether you have a job, whether you have a room, or whether you want any preferences. As I have shown you, you could get over there, and it could be negotiable. So they have not written the cost. You could go there, you could negotiate and try your luck, and literally you could get it even cheaper. So that's one of those hacks where you could try, because online, yes, but then if you go to this is directly owner to owner, and if you're lucky enough, you could get lucky in getting those cheaper rents and the best deals possible. I hope guys you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all found this very informative. If there's any questions, feel free to drop in the comments below and I shall happily answer them. Take care. Until then, I see you all in the next video, and happy staying in London. Cheers. Bye bye.